Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today for our DMA Platform Training webinar. We are very excited to take you through the platform, show you some of the functionalities, and just explain to you how it works and how you can make the best of it. So firstly, like I said, thank you for joining us. Let's look at what we do as Rand Swiss. Most of you already know us, but those of you who are new to us, we are a financial services product provider, and we specialize in online trading, private broking, managed portfolios, structured products, offshore transfers, wealth management, and tax-free savings account. And one of the big changes that we've made this year is to group ourselves into three primary services, which is the securities broking, which consists of the online trading and investment accounts. Both of those are self-directed. And then we have the managed solutions. That is where we look after your funds and manage it according to a mandate. And we have both local and offshore stock accounts, as well as structured products in that segment. And then we have the wealth and advisory, which is taking a more holistic look at your finances. And that's where the financial planning takes place, where you can plan for the long-term financial goals that you might have. Okay, so as most of you know, that we compete yearly in the Financial Mail Awards, and we've managed to rank pretty well the past few years, and that is all thanks to you, our clients. And as you can see there, we've topped the list there, number one. And in the past 4 years, we've managed to place first. We actually have the awards results coming out for the past year later this month. And so we are very excited. And as you can see there in the individual relationship manager, me and my colleague Christo, we managed to rank well. And it is our pleasure to make sure that we deliver the utmost and best service to you as our clients. Okay, so on today's agenda, we basically will look at how to access your platform, how to get it set up, and then we will look at things like, how you pull reports, how you place trades, how you track performance, and just give you the basic overview of how to find your way around it. I know that these platforms might seem a bit complex for some clients when they initially see it, because there's a lot of moving parts. But today's goal is to make sure that we provide you with a session that just breaks it down so easy that you know to navigate and don't get stuck anywhere. Okay, so firstly, I would like to introduce the Unity side of the DMA system. So DMA has been through a few changes lately and trying to simplify their operations. And one of the things that they've done is they have created one login point to view all your accounts at DMA with them. This login will also allow you to access the trading platform and also gives you a place where you can pull reports on all the accounts. So it makes it a lot easier to manage and find your way around it. So firstly, if you haven't registered on DMA Unity, please go to the link that you see on screen. The slides will be made available afterwards if you can't remember it, or if you haven't time to jot it down. So please don't worry about that. Okay, so firstly, like I mentioned, you need to go to that link. Then what you'll do is you'll click on Still Without a Profile, and then you create one for you. The next step in the process is to make sure that you link your existing accounts to this profile that you've just created. So on your home screen, you will see this snapshot that I've taken over here, and it will say active accounts, and then you can have two items beneath it, which is new accounts and request account linking. Now, if you're a Rand Swiss client, please go to request account linking. If you are not a Rand Swiss client, please contact us directly, because this function would not make you a client of Rand Swiss, but it would actually link you to the Unity platform itself. So we would advise you to please contact us, and we would gladly take you through the steps on how to open an account. Okay, So now you have logged in, you've seen this screenshot, you've clicked on, or you will see on the screenshot on your side, you will click on request account linking. Very important, please make sure that you have your DMA ID and account number ready. Once you've clicked on that previous selection, this screen will pop up that you see over here. Then you will head over to click here, and it will help you, or it will direct you to a new page where you can insert your DMA ID and account number. Remember, those are two separate things. One of the nice functionalities of the DMA platform is that you can have multiple sub-accounts and multiple currencies, but you only have one DMA ID. And to make sure that all of them are correctly linked to your DMA Unity account, you need to have all the underlying account numbers at hand when you are doing this registration process. All right, then once you've done that, all the accounts will be linked, and you should now see everything on Unity holistically, showing you all the account values and how each account is basically performing. Okay, now how to access the trading platform. There are multiple ways that you can do that. As I mentioned, DMA is simplifying the process, and what they've done is they created DMA Unity to ease the process for you. So once you have registered and your accounts are linked, you will see on the left-hand side on that pane, the screenshot that you're seeing here on screen now, which shows you that there's a drop-down, little downward-facing arrow, and there's on one of this person's account is a ZAR account, but he can access any of the linked accounts by just clicking on a drop-down menu and viewing all the various accounts underneath. But now how to access the trading platform is you go to trade. So you will see there on screen, there's trade with two candlesticks. You click on that and it will take you to another screen, which will ask you to access the trading platform. This will take you to the web trader, which is the platform that we will mostly use for today. And speaking of web trader, that is the second way you can access it. Okay, you can go to the web trader by going to the website, and then you will need to have your DMA ID and your password ready. Remember, if you have multiple sub-accounts, all these will automatically be linked to this DMA ID. So you only need one login for that. The difference is if you have a local account for that specific account, you will have a separate DMA ID because the local and offshore are two separate DMA accounts or DMA IDs if you are having both with us as a client. Okay, so back to how to access the platform. So there you can see, you click on the link and it will take you straight to the login on how to get onto the platform. That's the second way. The third way is you can actually download the Saxo Trader software. Now remember, DMA is filtering through to Saxo Bank, which is a big Danish bank. And DMA is essentially using Saxo Bank software for their operations and allowing clients to trade through onto the Saxo platform. So you can download the Saxo Trader software directly. It does offer you a bit more functionality in terms of what you can do. It's not as straight as in easy platform as what we will look at now. It does vary a bit, but it again with one of these sessions, we can also touch on that specific platform, and then we can go through it in a bit more detail. But it is available. You can go and download it. It's also available for your cell phone, tablet, and so forth, which is also a nice thing. But you won't be searching for DMA Unity or DMA. You will be searching for Saxo Trader Go, and there is where you will find it on your app stores and where you can download the actual software onto your computer as well. Okay. Just 1 second. Okay. Just want to reload this. Go. Okay, so as you see, I'm going to access the DMA Trader on the internet. 029. Yeah, the internet's a bit slow. Okay, so while that is loading, if you don't know where to access this link, as I mentioned, it will be on the slides, but it will also be available on our website. You can go to our homepage, and then you will see on one of the drop-down menus, it has 3 login options, and one of them will be DMA. And when you click on that, it will take you straight through to that login. Okay, so we have successfully logged in, and this is what you will also see from your side. Now, please bear in mind that this is a demo account, so some of the functionalities that might not be available here, we'll look after it once we have gone through the whole platform, just to show you that you might see some of it on your side. And it's important that you know how to go about, for example, you know how to make your corporate selections. So we'll touch on that towards the end of the platform training session. Okay, so I'm going to start here in the left side on your watch list. Right, watch list, for those of you who don't know, essentially it's to place some of the shares that you would like to keep a close eye on, shares that you might be interested in, that's on your radar, and shares that you want to have quick access to. All right, so there's a preloaded watch list on the account, so the JSE Top 40, for example, or the JSE Resources, Financials. And I just also want to mention to you, this is a demo account, so you might not see the international indices over here, but we should be able to see the international shares as well. But don't let that be any issue to you, because the functionality is exactly the same, whether it's local or offshore. Okay, so here you have your watch list, and here you can see, for example, the instrument, the last traded price, what's the net for the day in terms of the actual, and remember this is in ZAR cents, so you can see that's the actual movement for the day in what's it as a percentage. It gives you the current bid and ask, and it also gives you the price update. So it gives you a nice overview, snapshot of what's currently going on with the company. Okay, and I mean, then you can, select on the various ones. And what's nice is, because these windows are linked to one another, it will automatically change them. So just quickly back to the watch list. If you want to create your own watch list, you go over here, you say new, you give it a name. Let's call it test 1. Okay. And now you need to add instruments. So now you can say, I like MTN, you type MTN. And now you have various options here. You have an equity or CFD function or option, but yeah, just go with, for example, equity, no problem. And then that will add it to your watch list for you. And there you go. All right, let's say, let's go with Microsoft. You can select the CFD option. It won't really make a difference, depending, like I say, if you're training that specific product, then that's no problem. So there you go, Microsoft as well. Excuse me. Okay, so that's how you build a watch list. Very easy and a nice functionality if you quickly want to jump to a specific security. Okay, the next you have here is a screener. So what's nice about this functionality is there's obviously a lot of products on the platform, and if you just want to filter it a bit and just get to a narrower view on something specifically, then this is a nice little tool that you can use. So you click the filter. Here you can see there's an instrument search. These are the various instruments that you can use and search from. Then you can select, countries. You can select the exchanges, the currencies, and then it will filter all of that out through to, the number of shares specifically in that filters that you chose. So it gives you a nice way to narrow it down a bit. And then the other nice thing about the watch list section over here is alerts. So if you're particularly interested to buy a share at a certain specific, at a certain price, you can specifically say, when you would like to have a alert coming through to you to notify you that, MTN, for example, has dipped below 100 Rand, and then the platform will notify you, and then you will be able to see that and go to that. And if you wanted to buy that level, then you can go over and do so. Okay, how to add the alert. So there you go, you select, and then let's say MTN again. I'm just using MTN as an example. Okay, and there you go. So you can say, alert type. It can even be percentage change. If the security changes 10%, then you want to be notified, or at a specific price. The condition, either smaller or larger, there you specify the price. And yeah, active, you can say how long it should be ongoing. So if this is currently for 1 week, but you can also select the date, 6 months, 3 months, that's how long you want the alert to be active on the platform. Okay, so just a little nifty tool there for you. Now, over here, you will see we have a product overview. So I'm just going to quickly head over to the watch list again. Excuse me. Okay, so on your watch list, I'm just going to go to the JSE Top 40. So we have Sasol, for example. So this product overview gives you a nice detailed explanation of the information currently available on this share. And here you can see also the price performance of it. So, okay, let's just start over here. So you can see the current bid, ask, low, and high for the day. You can see the 52-week range, the volume that's being traded for the day. And you can also see if it is available in other instruments, for example, CFDs. Here you can see the ticker code, the ISIN, the currency, as well as the exchange, and whether it is currently open for trade or not, meaning the exchange being closed or open. And you have 15-minute delayed data. Very importantly, please note that you can activate live data. The fees and everything will be available on your side. Unfortunately, I don't have that available on the demo account, but you will be able to select whether you want to see live data. Now, this platform is mostly suited for clients that would, follow a buy and hold strategy, in the sense of that you can turn off live data, because that's an unnecessary cost that would be incurred. You won't need that if you are buying and holding, for the medium to long term. If you're an active trader, then you will need live data, but that's just a nice functionality on the platform. Okay, here you can see, for example, the share price movements, and we have it currently on 6 months. You can have year to date, you can even select all time, and it gives you a nice idea of how the share price performed in that specific date range. Okay, if you scroll down a bit, it gives you a news tab on anything related to that company, which helps you to stay up to date on what is going on and what could have, caused some changes to take place on the company. And again, here some quotes for the day. So it shows you, open, previous, close, and so forth. Here's a little return tab, just to give you a share price performance overview of year to date, 1 year, and 3 years. Upcoming events, important to know when there will be a dividend payment or results announcement, so you can keep a close eye on what the next events would be, so that you can, especially if you're doing some more, if you're trying to determine the entry points or so forth, and you want to make sure that you don't buy before a big event happens, then this would be a nice place to go and look and see whether there would be any big changes coming through. And then if you scroll down to the bottom of this, there's some other shares clients might be interested in, or other people might be interested in the specific sector, for example. Okay. And on this one as well, you can get market depth, but market depth usually comes with the live pricing. So then you can get a deeper level of market depth, but it just shows you, you know, how far the bids and offers goes on that specific security. Okay. Onto charts. So you can also do technical analysis on companies. And this is what this is one of the things that makes the platform very nice, because you have some of the best tools in the market if you would like to do these kind of analyses. Okay, so on the chart, for example, you can see that it's in candlesticks, and it's currently showing 1 hour candles. Now, I prefer to have it on 1 day. There we go. So now each candlestick here represents 1 day's data. Now you can obviously move and drag and enlarge, make smaller the chart. And you can also over here make it full screen. And this is nice, especially if you want to do the technical analysis. I'm just going to leave it like this for now. So what you then will see is on this side, you can select the type of chart as well. Okay, chart type. So if you want to do a line chart, it creates it in a line format. Okay, candlesticks, there's bar charts, there's various ways that you can view the data. I prefer mine to be on candlesticks. Okay, then for the technical analysis, you can add indicators. Here you can see there's a bunch of them that you can use. If you prefer specific indicators, then they most probably will show up here. All the famous ones and the ones that are regularly used throughout the industry will be available over here. For example, the most popular, let's say a simple moving average. Here you can see, for example, the period is 10 days. We can do that like 50 days moving average. You can create the thickness of the line, the color, you can change all of that. And there, for example, is a 50-day moving average. So there's a bunch of indicators that you can use to make your technical analysis much more better and effective. And then you have also the chart on the lines that you can draw. So you have your Fibonacci, your vertical, horizontal, parallel line, all the trend lines. Again, like for example, a trend line segment, there you can, for example, if you want to draw a line there, you can say, okay, good. There's some resistance over there. And, if you want to take it further, you say, no, okay, they broke out, or whatever the case may be, but you can take the analyses and you can use the lines to determine some entry points and analyze the trend. Okay, and again, a bunch of them over there. Okay, so that is most probably what you would mostly be using on the charting side of things. And if you want to take a snapshot of that and send it to somebody, there's a little camera that you can use to do that. Obviously, zoom in and out. If you want to just rescale everything, then you can do that with that option. So, yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do on the charting functionality. Okay. All right. Back to product overview. So now you want to buy a share. Okay, to do so, you will head over to trade. Okay, click on trade. Now you want to buy Sasol. For clients using this platform, you will predominantly use a limit order or a market order. All right, market order is you buy at the current prevailing price and you don't specify the price you would like to buy at, or you would like to sell and you don't specify the price. You just want to sell the number of shares. So what you will do is you select market, you select buy or sell, and you indicate the number of shares. You can, for example, see the trading fees associated with it and the nominal value of the trade. So if you want to sell Sasol, at just in the market, then you would go about this. And let's say let's sell, for example, this British American tobacco. Okay, so I'm going to trade. I'm going to say no. I want to sell it. 10 of them. And you can see it will say my fees is 100 Rand. The nominal value is 6,189. And then I say place order. I'll get a confirm order over here. And then I say confirm. And then get notifications here to say that the trade that went through and it has been sold. Okay, same as if you want to buy. So let's say no, I wanted to buy. I can, specify the number of shares, but no price. Just want to buy at market. Again, I can see the fees, nominal value, and then I can say place order. I will get a confirm order ticket. I will say confirm. I will be notified that I have placed a trade and the trade went through. And there you can see in my positions tab, I have now added 10 British American Tobacco shares. We'll go through this in 1 second. I just want to complete the trade ticket for you and just to explain everything in a bit more detail. The other order type that you will use is limit order. And this is where you specify the price at which you want to buy or sell a security. So let's say you want to buy, again, British American Tobacco, and you want to buy 10 shares again. You can actually say, no, I want to buy this for, 600 Rand. But in this case, remember, when you are trading on the local exchange, you will trade in cents. So it's 60,000 cents that we have here. So there you can see I've specified a price. The market is not trading there. The last traded price was, 619 Rand. So I'm just going to say place order. Again, I get the order ticket. And then I say confirm. So now what will happen is in my order tab, I can see here, the price that I would like to trade at is the 600, but it's currently trading at that price. But now it's sitting as an order. And this order will not close as my duration is on GTC. So it will not close and time out at any time if it doesn't trade or unless I close it myself. You can change it so that it can close after a week or so if the market hasn't come down to your desired level. But usually we just advise clients to leave it at GTC so that, if anything happens, you're still in the market and you haven't forgotten to change it. Okay. And the same thing will happen with the sale on the account. So if you want to sell something as a limit order, you would go and select sell, then the number of shares you will indicate, and you will also specify the price, and the same thing will work from there onwards. Then you can also see here, even on the sales side, it will specify the fees, nominal value, and so forth. There's just one important thing I would like to point out to you is when you have multiple sub-accounts, you will actually have to select the right account here. You will have another line item where you can flip between accounts. Please make sure that you have the right account selected because you accidentally might trade in a different account and buying shares in a portfolio that you did not intend to, or an account that you did not intend to. Okay. The second thing is that I haven't touched on is you can add take profit or stop loss. All right, that is basically adding 2 additional orders on the position. So when it actually buys into the market, you can then have 2 orders that say, you know what, if the price of this share drops below a certain point, I want it to sell out, which would be your stop loss. And if it rises above a certain level, I want to buy or I want to sell out at that specific level. So it's basically both of them are sell orders. The one is just specified where you would like to take profit, and the other one is where you want to cap your losses. Okay. Then now you've placed an order. Nice thing is you can edit it if you don't like your price or if you want to increase your quantities. Easy to do is you will right click on it and you will say modify order. And it will open up the order ticket again for you. Then you can even add a take profit or stop loss if you wanted to do that and you've forgotten. Or now you can change it to 15. And let's say, you are less eager to wait for it to come down to 600. So now you modify it to 610 and 15 quantities. There you say confirm. And now you will get a notification again telling you that your order has changed. And there you can see you've upped it with 5 and you've added the 10 Rand over there. So you can change it and you don't have to cancel it and redo it every time. If you completely want to just cancel the order, you right click and you say cancel. If you want to just straight go into the market, you say change to market order and it will automatically buy. Okay. So once the trade has gone through, it will show up in your positions tab. Everything in your positions tab is where you have exposure in the market. If it's not here, you haven't bought it. Okay. If it's still sitting as an order, everything will show over here. Your order blots over here will show you your history of the last 28 days, which is the current setting, but it will show you, what you bought, what you sold, and basically all the trading activity that you've done in that specified time range. Okay. Now, let us look at the information side on the security. So we can stick to British American Tobacco. So let's say you just want to get a bit more of an understanding of what the cost is. You can, on any security, go to this I next to trade, and it will show you, okay, your commission minimum is at 100. Remember, this is a demo account. Yours might be different depending on the scale that you are at with us. Commission, you can see it's 0.25. And, if there's any other cost, they would also line them with for you over here. And you can see the conversion rate from ZAR to USD is 0.05205 on the platform. Now, if you would like to get some more information on the instrument, you can see again exchange, the tick size, the order types available, and the trading times. Okay. If you would like to do CFDs, and remember CFDs, we have the velocity trading account, and that's more geared towards clients who would like to do the active trading. So if you are more of a CFD type of trader, then that's the more appropriate account for you. But you can trade a CFD here if you would like to. So here you can see, for example, that you can get the margin requirements over here. So the initial margin on this security is 10% with a maintenance margin of 9%. You can see a risk rating, again, the exchanges, and you can also see when you can trade the specific security. I just want to move to the area where you can see your where you can see the percentage of the cost in terms of your shorting costs. All right, okay. I will get to that in a second. Okay, let's go on to research. We'll see if we can come back to that. I don't see it now. Okay, research. So this gives you a bit of a wider view if you want to find out what's going on specifically around, let's say, a specific company. So let's search Microsoft, for example. Then here you can see, if I search that, it will draw articles that would mostly relate to Microsoft or the industry in which it's operating in. And then you can get the latest news and some articles on it. You also find that some of the articles here will say, this bank underweight or overweight this certain stock, or they made a recommendation or so forth. So it's just if you want to get some news around something specifically related to that company, you can do so. Okay. Then the next item you can select here is account. And this is where you can see performance. Okay. Now, I just want to quickly share my other screen with you. So what you won't see in that specific screen there, because we don't have a history there, I've actually taken a screenshot of our global equity portfolio and how we've performed lately, just to give you a sense of what you would see on that. So for example, you can see how your cash has been drawn down and how the cash balance has changed. Obviously, you can see the account value, how that moved and how it increased over time since you started. Here you can see, for example, the cumulative return. So our portfolio managed to do 105.19% since inception, and this is in dollars. So it gives you that return profile so you can see exactly how you've performed. What's also nice is that it gives you, the gainers and losers year to date, the top three, the bottom three, and it also gives you it over 3 years. And the other nice functionality that you can see here is that each year for every month, it gives you the month on month and then the yearly return on your portfolio. And what's nice is, remember, the one thing with DMA platform is that you can have multiple sub-accounts. So for example, clients might invest in the global equity portfolio that we have, but they would also like to have their own account, which they use to direct, do their self-directed trading. And then you can actually track, the performance of the global equity against your own portfolio and see how you've performed against us. You can also, get a holistic view of how we, in combination with you, performed, across your whole account. So you can pull separate reports, you can pull holistic reports, you can get this data for the whole account and specific on account level or sub-account level. So that's a nice functionality as well. But here you can see that you get the yearly return and gives you a nice breakdown of how the portfolio has performed. Okay, just want to quickly run back to the trading platform. Okay, so you won't see all of that information now because unfortunately we don't have the full record that the account has, because this is a demo account. But nonetheless, of the trade that I've did, you can see here, the demo account starts with 100,000, and you can see how it's been affected and how it's been growing and so forth. Okay, it will give you all the information. If you have multiple accounts, here you can see the USD option. You can actually select it at, like I mentioned, full level, like on a whole account level or on a sub-account level. And here's the historic reports. So here you can pull a portfolio report for a specific period or for the month, and it will show you how you've performed in that month. Again, what's nice is you can do it on the account level or on the whole account or portfolio as a whole. And then you can also draw specific reports. So you, for example, you have trades executed, you can pull a dividends report, CFD cash adjustments, and interest details. So if you pull, for example, a portfolio report, so unfortunately we don't have a live account to do that, but essentially you will have a window pop up that will show you the date range and the account that you want to get the data from, or if you want to get it on all the accounts. Okay, account statement. This will just show you, the cash movements in the portfolio or on the account. Again, you can specify all of the accounts lumped as one or on each specific account. And what's nice is, when we manage portfolios for clients, this gives them full transparency, so they can see exactly what we bought, what we sold, the costs incurred. It gives a full look through for clients on how we manage their funds, and also for themselves. If they bought and sold and they received a dividend or whatever the case may be, they can get all the exact amounts in this report. Okay, and then you can also generate it specific time frames. or custom, and it'll give you the nice breakdown. Okay, here are some other reports that you can also pull. So you can see your activity log or new training conditions. So basically search and find training conditions for a specific instrument. If anything has changed, like margin requirements or commissions and so forth, just to keep track of how things change. And yeah, so these are reports that you might not use that much. The ones that you would use is most probably the portfolio report. But the nice thing is, when you have an account like this, you can access it at any time, so you can see exactly what's going on in your account at any specific stage. Okay, so there's just one or two other important things that I would like to point out for you. I'm just going to quickly head over to this slide again. Okay, so we've touched on this and I've explained to you that you can see the performance on the portfolio. Then you will also have corporate actions going on in your account. Obviously, if we manage it for you, you don't have to be bothered by it. But when you manage your own account, you will have the corporate actions. And it's important that you know how to find it and how to make a selection. I'll show you now where you find it. So once you have opened the corporate actions, you can see here, for example, some of them don't require your election, but some of them do. So you'll see here that you will have an option over here to say elect. And then once you've clicked on that, it will open up another window for you, which will show you the number, or it gives you the option to specify the number of amounts of whatever the selection might be. So if you only want to, have half dividends, or, have received a scrip dividend of only a certain portion of the shares, then you can specify all of that. And if you want more information on the corporate action, you can actually go and download the PDF, which would take you straight to the corporate announcement, and then you can read it in more detail if you're unsure of what to do. So that's also a nice thing that you can do. So you can manage that all by yourself. Now, I just quickly want to show you where you will find the corporate actions. Okay, so unfortunately, this function is not available on the demo account, but these three striped lines that you see over here. So if you click on that, you will see another line item, and it will show you the corporate actions. And when you click on that, it will take you straight to that screen that I've just shown you. All right. And yeah, so the other thing is I also want to mention to you is the offshore account can have multiple sub-accounts, as we touched on previously, but you can also trade on different exchanges in the different accounts. So let's say you have a USD account, you can still buy on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange or the, a London Stock Exchange, or whatever other international exchange that you can think of that's available on the platform. So the thing is, there will be a fee that you incur for doing that within the US. Let's say you're buying from USD to pounds, there will be a currency fee of 0.5%. Now, if you're planning on doing one or two trades, that's not a problem. It's not going to affect you that much. But if you are planning on building a portfolio on shares or funds or any other asset that is predominantly listed on a certain exchange, I think it would be best if you just open up a sub account and you move the funds across to that account, and then you can just trade on the account actively. It will save you cost. And also, if you, for example, are sitting on a rand amount and you know that you will buy shares on the London Stock Exchange, for example, but you will also buy on the NASDAQ, then what we do is we create for you both USD and GBP account. You pay the currency exchange fee once, so that you don't have to jump the hurdle twice. And what I mean by that is, if you go and pay the exchange fee to convert into US dollars, now you don't have to pay it again to convert into pounds. We can do a trade for you where we buy a certain amount in dollars, certain amount in pounds, we send it to the same place, but you have only paid a fee once for the conversion. So we do those kind of things to make sure that we save you funds and that you don't incur unnecessary costs. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is the trading platform. And if you have any other questions or so forth on it, I'm happy to take questions now. If there are any, then you are more than welcome to reach out to us and we will take you through another session. We're happy to do a team viewer or any desk where we log in and see what's on your screen so that we can help you and make sure that you are executing trades successfully. We're also more than happy to make sure if you're unsure when placing a trade so that we can look over your shoulder and just make sure that everything is perfect. You can call us, you can say, I want to place this trade, I just want to make sure that I'm doing it right. Then one of the brokers will call you, we will schedule a quick session online, and then we will sit and see, okay, yes, this is right, check out for that. And yeah, so yeah, any questions? Okay, so one of the questions is, can you do shorting on the platform? Yes, you can. The thing that you need to make sure of is whether the security allows for it or not. Usually, mostly, it will only be on CFDs that will allow you to short. So again, as mentioned, this platform, we recommend it more towards clients that would like to do more of a buy and hold strategy. If you would like to do CFD trading, the velocity trading trader platform would be most suited for you, but you can do it here. So if you have an account and you want to do a CFD trade, let's just quickly look at, let me just search for it over here. CFD, okay. So there you can see, it will show you what is allowed. And let me just see, short selling. Yes. All right. So that's, for example, one of the things that you can do on that. But again, it's on CFDs only. I highly doubt that it's available on equity. We can actually look and see if it's available. Okay. Instrument. It doesn't say anything now, but I am almost certain that you can't do that with the equity. So yeah. Okay, any other questions? Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I think that is all for today then. As mentioned, the slides will be mailed to you. And as I mentioned, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. And we're more than welcome to help you and navigate you the training platform. Thank you.